Just wanted to show you what you're messing with here. So just use a little trim removal tool to get in the crevices, and there's 4 clips on the back of this panel. And you can see where I have this other switch wired into the back here. But as long as you have a little tool and get that in there all the way around, do it gently and just pull it straight down, you'll pop all those out without breaking anything. And then you can see where I had to tuck all the extra from the last wire job in there, so give myself a little bit of slack, but you can see where the quick disconnect is from the other harness. And so it makes it nice and easy. And I'll get this hole in the right spot and fish that wire through, and then similar on this kick panel here to get to it. So you have to, once again, just kind of get a good, I don't know if you saw that, but I was able to just pull right up here, and then this all just pops out to be able to get to the inside of this to fish that wire through there from that little hole spot that I showed you in the cab. And then it's going to go in this little grommet right here. So just wanted to show you this bit as well. So I've got my coat hanger through, and you can see the back of that. Oh man, a little bit of foam there. Trying to get that out of the way so I can fish that through. But anyway, I'll capture that. But I just wanted to show you kind of how I'm getting that through to where I can get through this little grommet here. And then this piece of trim, I want to show you this connects. So these pop just straight up out of the ground. And then when you get to this bit, you want to pull back towards you. If you notice, those are retention clips that'll just come straight back, and that whole thing will pop out of there. And then you can get access to your kick panel here, and the other side of that grommet is just right under this. I don't know if you can see back in there, but you'll see what I'm talking about once you get that wire fed through. And then it's just a matter of making the connection after you make your hole, and should be good to go. Used a punch to mark the center of the hole, and then gradually use smaller or bigger and bigger drill bits to get to the point where my step bit could fit. And then just be real careful. You can always remove more material, you can't add any back. And so what I did was went through and measured the disconnect, because that's actually the same diameter as the button, and so it ends up being just shy of 3/4 inches. And so just take your time. And then I also made a little notch here, because on the newer switches, my old one doesn't have this. The newer switches, there's a little part that sticks out there to make sure you get it with the on off in the right direction, so it's not twisted around, I guess. I don't know, or that makes it not twist around in the hole, I guess. But yeah, the original one I have doesn't do that. And so this should be the last step. I'm gonna get this fed through there and back into the truck and hooked up, and then I'll wait till it gets dark a little bit later and show you what it looks like to turn those on. And should make it super bright out back and easy to reverse or do work back there, or hook up trailers or whatever I need to do. Got it all buttoned up and looks good, and it works. So now let's show you what it looks like on. So I will say the rear camera that I have does a really good job of kind of brightening everything up at night, because it's just past sunset, so it's about 6:10 in the evening or so. But you can tell when I throw the light on that it casts quite a bit of light back there, because it makes everything way more visible than without it on. You can see the camera adjust. Let's go take a look. So yeah, that's quite a bit of light being cast there. It's awesome. Well worth all the trouble. So to wrap up for today, a few lessons learned. You can use 2 of the 10-foot 2-pin extensions you can get from Baja Designs daisy chained together. It doesn't create too much resistance, which is nice. I'm not sure how many more you can use in succession, but 20 foot works just fine. And that is what you're going to need if you're doing a crew cab, full-size, 3/4 ton truck. If you're doing a little Tacoma, something like that, might be able to get away with 1 set of extensions, but I had to buy 4 for my project. You will too if you're doing something similar for the Squadron lights, or really any of the lights you want to put back there that are Baja Designs or whoever you're using. I'm sure it's something similar. So the other thing I found out is that if I want to run additional lights into the cab, I'm going to have to use a different little grommet hole, because that one that I used in the door jamb there was getting pretty tight to get that second set of wires through. And so I ended up having to pull the wheel well liner and go through the firewall somewhere for the lights that I end up putting up front at some point. But I'll do another video on that if I can't find a how-to that somebody else has already done. So hope this helped, and definitely worth the time and energy and money that it takes to upgrade away from the S2 reverse lights to the Squadrons if you have a bumper they can fit in, so that you can run those lights whenever you want versus only when it's in reverse. So like I said, hope this helps, and we'll see you soon.